what you want.
Welcome back, No Means Nerds.
And
No Means No Next
you
to
getting
the No
what
Means
you
No Thing,
need.
No Means Nothing podcast, to our proper return, the show where three complete fucking idiots do their best to try and find the best No Means No song of all time. Spoilers, there isn't one. Let's go around and introduce ourselves. You know me, I'm Jordan.
I'm Matthew. Hello.
And I'm Michelle, and I'm happy to be here.
And tonight we are joined with a very, very special guest who can only be the only one probably in the world who can really answer how much wood can a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood.
This poor man.
You did that already.
Chuck,
gotta get
Bo
out of the
Buck,
way.
banana fan of faux fuck, Mr. Chuck Wood.
Oh, God.
Chuck Wood
poor
joining on the
man.
podcast.
Hello, everybody.
So good to have you on, Mr. Chuck. Thank you for joining
I am
us.
excited beyond belief to be here.
And Chuck
Excellent.
is a
As usual, ladies and gentlemen, flying.
continual fan of our
go
podcast,
ahead.
and he whines so much that we let him come on as a guest.
Yeah.
Yes. If you
all it
whine
takes.
enough, people will let you do things.
That's right. Squeaky wheel gets the grease.
Yeah.
So, a little behind the curtain, everybody. I am sitting here with my toes, fingers, and butt cheeks crossed because, as usual, whenever we invite someone on the show, we're having technical problems. So, my hope is that this is recording and that this isn't going to be one of our fabled lost episodes. And I'm sure Chuck is hoping the same thing because he doesn't want to have to do this fucking twice. So, anyway.
Oh, I bet he would, though.
I would do it every day.
Absolutely.
He's trying to weasel his way in here.
Mr. Wood, you know how this starts. We
Yes.
have a little segment called The Power of Positive Drinking, and guests are always first. So please let us know what's in your cup.
Well, representing the great state of Washington,
Whoa. Ah, all right.
Nice.
I
There you
ain't
go.
getting fancy. I ain't getting fruity. I ain't getting passion fruity.
You're just getting a little
It's a good old Yes, buddy. But it's the Jubilee can from Christmas time.
Nice.
Hey,
You know.
so it's seasoned.
It is.
Good
And
old Rainier. Let's hear it.
see if this works.
Pretty
There you
good.
Oh.
Pretty good.
I hope so. I just jizzed on my computer. Shit.
Excellent. I'm
So
sure
your
it
name's
appreciates that.
Chubwood.
And you know,
right now.
actually,
It's
oddly enough,
it's into that
being
kind of
that
thing.
So
Jordan from
it's
you're
a
from
Rainier,
California.
baby.
Yeah. But what I was doing before, that
I
Rainier
am.
beer thing, since Strangey is from New York and Jordan is from Northern California and Chuck, you're from Florida, I'm not from Washington, but I watched a lot of Washington TV. And what I was doing was an old 80s commercial.
I also know that they still show
Do they?
old Rainier commercials on TV here. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
And the Rainier
I've never
still
heard that.
plays.
Okay.
Still plays.
Okay.
Beautiful.
I've never heard that.
Well, why change a good
Yeah.
thing? Why change a good thing? All right, you all know what I got. I got my whiskey. I poured it a little stiff today because, you know, it's been a while. I haven't been in the saddle of doing this for a bit, so I'm going to need to have a little lubrication,
Yeah,
so to speak.
Stiff and
Michelle,
lubricated in the saddle.
what you got?
Okay, now, does anybody want to
Is
hear
it a Guinness?
what Jordan sounds like having sex? Let's see if it works this time.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, that was good. I missed that. Oh,
Yeah.
that was a good one.
That was
just
me
heard.
having sex. I go, oh,
He
wow.
He just came.
Oh, that's good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, baby.
I don't have a
Sexual-
glass handy.
No, you don't need one.
No, I like that.
I
you're
know it's a
kinda like
Rainier. Why would you pour
rednecking
a
it.
tall boy?
It's got no head on that sucker. All right, Matthew, what have you got from our re-inaugural episode? Oh, it's a spot beer.
It's
What
a
the fuck
black
is that?
the white spot.
It's a black white spot.
White
it is,
spot.
What is that?
33 Acres of Darkness. It's from 33 Acres Brewery here in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and it is a Schwarz beer,
Ooh.
a dark beer. This is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
Nice.
Very, very nice beer. I enjoy it very much. So that's what I'm going to have.
Sweet.
Yeah.
I love the
all of
can.
their
'Cause
all of
you're
their
all
titles
fancy and shit.
are 33 acres of something. So 33 acres of sunshine, 33 acres of this and that for various types of beer.
Oh,
Oh, that's pretty cool.
wicked.
Nice.
And why 33 acres?
I think it's the farm there where they grow the grain.
Oh. Oh,
Maybe so.
cool.
Yeah, yeah,
cool,
yeah.
cool.
Nice.
Because
Well-
whatchamacallit, Rolling Rock beer. Do you guys know
Yeah,
Rolling
yeah,
Rock?
Yeah,
I
sure.
do.
Fuck yeah, of course.
Their whole thing is 33 on the bottom of and that had to do with
It's like a
something that they
it's
had.
a racehorse or something like that, right? That's why
Yeah,
there's a
yeah, yeah.
shoe too. Yeah,
Yep,
something like that.
yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, it's in a horseshoe. You're right.
That's right.
So when a job I used to have, when we would all text each other at the end of the day, we'd just text 33, and that meant there was a place we went to go drink that was like a secret place we could all go drink.
Oh.
And like us drivers, we worked 10-hour days and you'd be done in 5.5 hours. So it was like 33. And then there was a place here in Seattle in the industrial district where we'd all go park our trucks and drink.
There you go. If you're going to be a little late, you'd
On the
text
clock.
33 and a third.
On time.
Oh,
Yeah. There you go.
oh my God.
So listen, before we dive into our songs,
We
since-
should explain
since we got
what's
you here,
going to
Chuck,
happen.
I think it's a good chance.
What this is. And what
Oh,
we're going to do.
I guess
how the
so.
format
You
is gonna
want to
change.
Yeah, I'm-
take a. It's been a while, right? It's been a while. I'm getting back in the saddle of it.
It's on the same format.
Oh shit! You know
But-
what I forgot that I'm gonna have to go run down and get is the magic dice to break the tiebreaker. God damn it!
Oh,
So we'll go do that in a minute.
I thought we were going to rock,
You don't
paper,
have a
scissors.
coin?
I don't know. It's got to be a four. No, it's
Matthew's
got to be a four.
washer.
Nope, it's got to be a four-sided die, man. We're going totally nerd out. We're nerding out here.
Do you
got
see
one.
behind me?
Yep.
I am in a Dungeons and Dragons goddamn. There's
Yep.
3 bowls of giant 20-sided die right over.
No, we
here.
need a four-sided die. 20 sides won't do. We need one of them pyramid shapes. You got a pyramid shape over there?
Well, you
man.
can
No,
use
I'll
a
go- I'll go grab it.
20-sided as a
I'll
4-sided.
I'll go grab it if we need it.
You can use a 20-sided as a 4-sided. You just set it like 1 to 5.
No, no, no. Hey,
That's
Six.
Listen,
a little
it may-
technical.
it may not even erupt, but so that everyone knows what the fuck we're talking about.
Right.
There's 4 of us here, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna.
That's an even number.
If you've been through season 1, you know that we have gone through every single fucking No Means No song in the catalog, and then some that aren't in the catalog, and we bloviated about them endlessly. And so many of you have heard that already. If you've jumped in at this point, I guess, but probably better to go back and maybe listen to some of the other shit. So we're taking all the winners, the ones that made the cut. The losers are gone out of the show forever, unless, I don't know, we do something weird again.
So bear with us
we're
as
now
we
gonna
sort
be
of work
putting
out the
the
format.
winners.
Yeah, we're gonna like the winners of those are
Exactly,
gonna go up against each
exactly.
other. They've been put back in the pool and then rematched up. So it's not like winners against winners. It could be winners from various. It's not the ones from the same episodes. It's kind of
That's
all
right.
over the place. And
That's
Chuck,
right.
why are you hiding doing that?
This
Why are you
time-
hiding?
we're gonna it's gonna be more about, because we've gone on and on about dissecting each song individually. So this, as far as I understand it, guys, because
Yeah.
we didn't really talk about this all that thoroughly, is going to be more about talking about the songs at the same time, kind of doing a live comparison of them. And I've kind of working out a little bit of a format for myself, so I'm a little bit consistent, at least. It'll make it a little bit easier. Kind of comparing specific things. So let's just go ahead and do it. We haven't talked about the order of who is going to go and do it, but instead of a turn for each song, we're going to have a turn for each pair. Is that how you guys understood
Well,
it?
Matthew, since you have this good idea, I think that's good. I think we could give that a try, right? We're gonna try. We're gonna do it live, as they say.
Yeah.
So, but because you had this idea, Matthew, and I don't want to put Chuck on the spot, although I was going to put him on the spot for that.
Don't
Why
put me
don't
on the
you-
spot.
Yeah.
You've
Why don't
changed
you
kind of
why don't-
changed the format.
exactly? Why don't you lead us off? But Chuck, what I want to say is, because everyone's heard what we had to say about these songs already, when it does come to your turn,
I know you guys have already spoken
I know.
about these.
So when it does come to your turn, I welcome you to go into more detail on the individual
yeah.
songs than we will. You don't have to, but I'm saying you're welcome to, right?
Okay,
Because
I get you.
we've talked about them a lot, but I'm really interested. That's why we want to bring on a guest for each of these. People have heard
Yeah.
our
Right.
fucking ideas. I want to give other people an opportunity. I want to hear
Gotcha.
what other people have to say about these. So Matthew, why don't you go ahead and go first? But let me introduce the 2 songs first. I'll introduce the pairings. The first
I have
song we
notes.
got nights in
Holy
a nice
shit.
notebook.
Look at
Our
that.
our first song for tonight is Victim's Choice off of Worldhood of the World as Such, 1995, and also off of there's the instrumental version on 0 + 2 = 1.5. Victim's Choice, for those keeping track, went out in episode 4 versus Blinding Light, which I think was a good vote. And Victim's Choice is going up against Real Love of Small Parts Isolated and Destroyed, 1988. And it is actually it's off. No, that's right. And it's it was on episode 6. It went off against Lonely, which that was a tough one kind of, but again, I think the right choice. So before we let Matthew chime in, I'm going to go ahead and play a little of a clip from each of these songs back to back, because I guess that's how we're doing it, and we'll see how it works next episode if we keep this format or not. So here you go.
What I like is the incredible variety.
Look at those fucking notes, man! I can't wait.
Holy crap!
All right, Matthew, you're first. Yeah. Before we get to Chuck's essay,
I don't think we even need to be here.
I was going to say before we get to Chuck's essay.
No,
let's
these were done at 2 separate times.
This is like you remember what you were going to say.
Nice pairing ins.
Yeah,
I have that issue because my memory is shit. So I usually just sort of do it immediately before the recording so that I don't forget what the hell I was writing about.
He's like,
all right, what do you got, Matthew?
So yeah, kind of broke it down into categories, sort of music, the performance itself, like the playing, and then kind of the song coherency, like the songwriting, how the song hangs together as a whole, and then the lyrics, and then sort of more sort of bloviating, as you said, about the lyrics, then a little bit of things they have in common, and then whether I think it is kind of representative,
compare and contrast,
of No Means No.
That's nothing I thought about.
And
That's
then
awesome.
Would you introduce a newbie to No Means No with this song? Which isn't necessarily a deal breaker, but
good one. I like that. All right, well, let's hear it.
So, Victim's Choice, to me, it's a very, very interesting song, and I don't actually remember I did look back at my notes, and I thought real hard about whether I would go back to my notes and see what I said before on some of these songs, and I could only find the notes for 2 of them, so I guess the decision was kind of made for me. And that, maybe I won't, because we're not going to be going back and trying to rehash. So I may contradict myself, I may repeat myself, but for the most part, I'm going to be trying to come up with this kind of new way of looking at things. And Victim's Choice, being that it was instrumental, I think that in general, the lyrics and the music, maybe they were done at different times. I think they were done at different times, in that the lyrics were written maybe quite a ways after the music, and which isn't a bad thing necessarily, but it is maybe makes the song a little. I don't want to say disjointed, but it doesn't hang together quite as well as some other No Means No songs. The playing, of course, is awesome. The contrast of kind of dark parts, loud parts, repetitive parts, and then all out kind of showing off parts. There is a lot of contrast, as there is in so many No Means No songs. But the contrast, I guess I don't really remember giving this one a really good think. But the contrast of sort of silliness and the general seriousness of the content, pretty characteristic of No Means No, in that they're talking about what sounds like a murder, and I do like that it's quite up in the air. So who is addressing whom here? Is it the victim or is it the victimizer? Who is in the position of power? It does seem like if it is the victimizer, like the perpetrator is addressing the victim, that he's like, I'm making the sacrifice to you, which is kind of an interesting perspective. And both of these songs.
Oh, I remember you saying that about that one. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Okay.
Jordan said something completely different, but you were like, you said the victim, you give
And
him
that
the
rings
victim of
with
choice.
me. With Rob, a lot of his lyrics are both sides of the coin.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's
Totally.
playing antagonist and
Devil's
you know,
advocate.
everything in one goddamn song.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So the kind of
Okay, from both
game
sides.
show sounding theme part makes this a little too silly to take like super duper seriously, which is again totally fine. But would I choose to listen to this song? Would I go like, I really feel like listening to Victim's Choice today? Probably not. I don't know. It doesn't sort of stand out in my mind as sort of it is a coherent thing, but it doesn't really distinguish itself in some ways. I don't know. What else can I say here? Both of these songs have humor in them. Both of them are about a relationship, very intense relationship between. I think both of them have to do with love in some way, or at least obsession. Real Love, of course, is a song about love as a power, and it is maybe the least trite expression of or description of love that I can think of. It is a long song, almost 10 minutes long. It seems much shorter to me. You never really notice that it is actually 10 minutes long. I really, in listening to these songs, and because one of the pairings in the next pair is off of Mama, an older song, and boy oh boy, does it sound so much better. The Mama song sounds so much better than this one, and I sure wish that they remaster and just like do a different kind of job.
The mastering is what you're talking
The mastering,
about. Yeah,
yes.
the production.
I would like it very much if they would do that to small parts, because that is I don't want to get down on a technical
Without
thing.
all of the cheesy mid '80s effects.
Good
Oh,
point.
no, all of
strip
them.
all of those
No,
effects
no.
off
No,
would be amazing.
0% agree.
Really? If you had a version of small parts with all of those
It would not be small
overblown
parts
effects.
anymore. All right.
come on.
Oh,
Let's
they're
let
gonna
Matthew finish.
fight. They're gonna
Let's
fight
let
now.
Matthew finish.
This is one
No
of the
fight.
most coherent, I would say, crystalline kind of songs that No Means No has done. It is so the theme is so constant all the way through. It evokes not only the feelings and the subject of what they're actually talking about in the song, but for me, it evokes like an entire environment. It's almost hallucinatory in terms of how vivid everything that they say is. The weather, the colors, and everything like that. I do like that, it is a song about the power of love, but I never really interpreted the crow lyric. Who cares what a crow say anyway, especially about something so strictly personal.
Who cares what a crow say anyway?
Yeah, don't get so romantic about something so primal and integral. Maybe something like that.
Yeah.
And I made another connection, which I very much enjoyed, being from Victoria. When he kind of is going, the glory of love, the glory of love. It's a bit cheesy, right? I think there's a connection to the stupid fucking Peter Cetera song. That's always the glory of love.
Oh my god!
Because the timing would work out, because that song came out in 1986,
etc.
And here's another little clue for you. It was written by
Matthew
Peter Cetera and David fucking Foster, who is from Victoria.
What?
The master of trite bullshit romantic
Wallace.
nonsense. No. David Foster.
What?
he wrote all kinds of I don't know. I Have Nothing by Whitney Houston in The Bodyguard. I don't know, Tony Braxton
Leave it to
songs.
You to find this.
Kenny Rogers.
Oh my God.
I don't like where this is going here.
Yeah.
Can we stop this, please?
No, I think that Rob was evoking
it's the glory
bullshit
of love!
song because maybe, I don't know if he knew the Victoria connection, but he's making fun of it. He's making fun of all that bullshit. He's like that horrible trite nonsense from Karate Kid 2, I believe. Anyway, yeah. What else can I say here? I think both are about a relationship, but Victim's Choice in some way is more personal or intimate, because it's the victim and the victimizer, like the murderer and the murderee. Whereas Real Love, he's talking about like love as a force. So he's not actually really addressing someone else. It's not about the relationship. It's about
and then a great wind that will blow you apart.
And that is one of my absolute highlights from that song, is the callback when he says, and then a great wind that can blow you apart. And then right at the end, can you feel it? Can you feel it? That wind on your face. That's one of my favorite bits.
That wind on your face.
In any No Means No song. I do love the feedback.
Get down on your knees and pray. God, so
it's
good.
like the feedback. The guitar feeds back in the name of. Anyway, brilliantly played, of course, but much more simply played and much more repetitive. Victim's Choice maybe has more. I think it would be harder for another musician to play Victim's Choice, but Real Love is, I think, extremely well-written, coherent song, even though it's simpler and maybe one of the simplest.
Yes, it does. Well said.
Musically, No Means No songs that there is. It's one of the slowest. It's one of the longest. It's probably one of the most accessible, I'd say. Would I introduce a No Means No, a newbie to this? Would it be sort of representative of other? I might actually, because it is more kind of understandable, a little more. It's deep, but it's got a surface layer that people might kind of understand. And so I would not introduce a newbie to No Means No with Victim's Choice. I might, or I'm more likely to, with Real Love. Is Victim's Choice a representative of No Means No in terms of the chops and the contrast? I would say yes, but I would say Real Love is even more so in terms of representative, is like sort of core No Means No feeling and belief, and just the whole oeuvre. I mean, the ghost, the geist of it. Anyway,
yes.
So this is hard to do. I'm discovering, to try and compare and contrast live. I'm gonna have to maybe take better notes.
Yeah, it is.
But anyway, I'm not gonna say which one I like better.
If I would have known that was the assignment.
Well, you're gonna get to do this how you want to do it.
Yeah,
Chuck,
for sure.
But why don't we, Michelle? Do you want to take Do you want to take a crack at this?
I don't know if I can do what Matthew.
You don't have to
Matthew
do
just
exactly what
did.
Matthew did.
Oh,
You do
nobody
it
I'm
how
gonna
you're
be-
going to do it.
Nobody
I'm
can
gonna-
ever do what Matthew does.
No, I know.
Holy crap.
No, I look. I would introduce a newbie to both of these songs. Like, I mean, I already know what my vote is, but they're both terrific pieces of music here. But like Matthew said, the simplicity of Real Love and just the sludge in it. It's played slow because it's so hard, and it just lets you absorb it. Rob sounds like a fucking. This is just an epic piece sung by
Really
Rob.
is. Yeah.
And I know this piece is probably really important to him. Yeah. Yep. Chuck just showed me his notes on the camera there. It's huge. But I don't know what to say anymore. I mean, I don't want to read my notes over again, but can I just stop there?
I mean, if you
Can
don't
I-
got anything
can
more
I-
to say, but yeah.
No, I guess I don't.
All right.
I feel like a
Chuck,
chump.
why don't
Oh,
Chuck,
God.
why don't you jump in? Let's hear
We're
what you've
still
got to
learning
say.
here.
Okay. Comparing the two, I mean, Real Love, holy shit. I was 17 years old when I first heard this song, and it was unlike any song I had ever heard by any band or any single person, anything ever. I was like, what the hell is this? And it's almost 9 minutes long, which I loved. I love long songs. I'm the opposite of Jello.
I hate short songs.
But
Or no, I hate long songs.
no, I
forget.
hate short songs.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
I like short songs.
The opening, epic again. Like most of their songs have, it's either you come in on a slow cart into the village,
Yep,
or
yep.
you're just dropped from a
Straight in.
UFO into a fucking place you've never been before.
Exactly.
And it's like, okay, so with Victim's Choice, that Ready or Not, that fucking John, of course, monster. Everything he's doing there is insane. He's even doing a cymbal stop in between all that shit if you really listen. On Victim's Choice. But the opening of Real Love, that I used to do that all the time with a band I was in at practice. And there was only one other dude in the band who had any idea what I was doing. And we would play Real Love until everybody else went, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah,
and
kick
we
'em out.
just stop and go to, whatever we were
kick
doing.
them out of the band. They're
Right,
not worthy.
yeah. Well, we also did No Fucking Live on the radio in Tampa
We've
Bay.
heard it.
In-
Didn't we play that on that? We should
I don't
if we
think you
haven't.
played it,
We
but
got to play it.
I
on
know
there.
I sent it
I'll
to
tell you what.
Jordan.
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna in the middle of this episode at some point when no one knows it post production. I'm gonna insert that fucker.
Oh,
You have the
here.
file?
Or I do have the file. And
Oh,
if I don't,
okay.
I'll get it from
Yeah,
you. We'll play it at
'cause
the
I
end. We'll
still
play it at
do.
the end of the episode. Yeah.
Oh, that's
So yeah,
Yeah.
and we used to say this is a song that No Means No stole from us. Anytime we did a cover, we did like Circle Jerks, Beverly Hills, and we go, the Circle Jerks stole this from us. And we
Oh, very funny. Yeah.
So, but anyway, yeah, like Real Love from long ago. Holy shit, that is just deep in my soul and psyche and brain and physical being. And like, I love that goddamn song. There's everything about it is awesome. I also think at the end, if you'll notice, it just kind of goes zoop. I think they just kept playing until the tape ran out on a reel of tape.
Whoa.
Maybe.
Because if you hear at the end, it just kind of goes zoop, and it
Huh.
ends.
Yeah.
After
Oh,
all of that,
Craig.
all of that shit. Yeah. So
No shit.
maybe, I don't know. Who am I? I've heard it for 40 years or 35 years or whatever. And I'm always like, it sounds like they were just going until the dude went, all right, we're out of tape.
Cool.
The engineer. That's and the crow on a telephone pole. I don't know what that means. That's Robisms, which I love to tell people.
Oh, look at you.
It's just a Robism. He says this thing. What the fuck? Hits home, early listening, made me a super fan. This is a song that, like, really, I was like, holy shit, these guys are something special. Victim's Choice, that's like 95. I love all of it. I love everything that Matthew doesn't like about the breakdown, the funky little breakdown and all of that. All of the weird compartments that make up this song those are the things I love about this song. But that's just me. And I'm going through. Wait,
you're allowed to have opinions.
Wow, Chuck's killing it.
That's why we brought you on.
Go to bed or something.
Oh, the
Victim's Choice is a
looks like I
cabinet
got
of
a date,
curiosities.
boys.
Yeah.
So the line looks like I got a date, boys. I used to. That was me and my friends. Like
Nice.
some dude we'd all be at a bar. Like I had a wife, and all of my single friends. They'd go off. They'd like hook up with some chick, and they'd be leaving the bar, and I'd yell, "Looks like I got us a date, boys."
Oh my God, Chuck.
So
You're ripe. You're the ripe No Means No fan, aren't you?
And I saw the 95 tour with the two drummers, and they did, it was the Worldhood tour. So they played the shit out of all those songs.
Wait. I want to let's stop for a second on that. The two drummer, maybe they did multiple two drummer tours. The two drummer tour I remember was for Mr. Happy, and then Worldhood came out, and they did not have two drummers.
They
for
didn't.
me
Yeah.
on
I
that
saw
tour.
the Worldhood.
Maybe they did it in
What?
different places, but for me,
No,
the
I
two
saw
drummer
them in
tour was Mr.
Tallahassee, Florida,
Well,
Okay.
they was in
Yeah.
Florida.
in
so-
95.
I saw them in
and it was the
Amsterdam
closest
in
I
'96.
had to drive.
And they had two drummers.
I had to drive 6 hours to go see them because that's as close as they were coming.
Is that the only time they've ever played Florida?
Yep.
I don't remember them playing
Wow.
Florida
One
very
time.
much at all.
Well,
Oh,
good
and
thing
and
you
you
it
were
brought an
there.
extra drummer
Fucking
for you.
Alice, it was the two drummer tour. It was Alice Donut opening, who is my
Yep.
other favorite band in the entire fucking world,
Yeah,
and Ultra Bidet from
Ultra Bidet.
Japan,
Yep.
who I had just got their CD and was like, holy shit. And they were
Nice.
playing. We found out the day before. My wife was pregnant with our first kid, who is now about to turn 27.
Jesus.
So that dates it.
Wow.
So she didn't drink. So she remembers the show. But,
Nice.
it was those three bands. And I thought I was going into a bathroom, and I opened a backstage door, and I saw all of them. Alice Donut, No Means No, like all of these guys.
Oh, you went in the green room?
And I just shorted out. I couldn't even say anything. I just fucking shut the door and backed out. I was like,
like, oh, too much. Too much is not enough.
but
Green room and not the
you know,
brown room.
yeah.
Ah, fuck.
So
Wow.
yeah. So blah blah blah. Your turn,
Nice.
Jordan.
All right. Okay, so let me try to. I don't know that I'll be able to hit all the beats that Matthew
I
hit
don't
in
think
terms of the
I don't
things.
think
but-
I can do it. I have to write down the rules.
Well, we'll do that for next time. I like these
Yeah,
rules. I'm gonna just do
yeah,
whatever I
well,
can.
yeah,
So
I
in terms of
need rules
comparing
here.
these songs, I do think Victim's Choice. I'm not going to say Suffer. Suffer's not the right word, because I do think this song fucking rocks. It's really intensely great.
Just
musically.
very different.
It's very different.
Very different
and
song.
it's in terms of the lyrics. I think it's one of Rob's more inscrutable songs to me, which is interesting, right? Most of his songs, like I can go different ways on them and see how they can be taken different ways. This one is like, it's really fucking hard to find a way in. And Matthew, I remember you had that view of it being about a serial killer. For me, it still really has this feeling of a abused kid talking about a mother. It really feels like a maternal, like talking about a mother figure and being like, oh, fuck, I fucking hate you, but I love you and I need you. There's just all the shit about like being born, opening your eyes to see the light. There you were to my delight. And like, you fed me of meal, of milk and wheat. I opened a blade. There's just this feeling of like, you're my mother and I need you and I fucking hate you. And because of you, I'm going to die. It's just this
Whoa.
real dichotomy of like, hatred but need of the mother figure.
Wow.
It feels like a dark fucking Mother's Day song somehow to me. I don't know why.
Oh,
but what I
yeah,
appreciated it more listening to it this time is I didn't worry about what it meant too long. What I think meant too much. What I feel like Rob does really well in this actually is, you're right. Clearly the lyrics, I think, came much later than the music. but Rob is using his voice as an instrument in this in a way that he doesn't in other songs. I mean, not that he doesn't, but in the sense of like percussive in the way that he fucking uses it as an instrument. It's different. And I think he does it really fucking well in this. And that to me is what really sets his vocals apart in this song.
I missed my little highlight reel here where I really like how the snare and the vocals match up. Like,
or just
perfectly
right in time. Exactly.
And then with the bell on the ride as well.
Yeah. I love how in the lyrics he writes out "Yeehaw!" Like it's not just they actually put it in the goddamn.
Oh,
lyrics.
is it written in the lyrics?
Yeah, it's written in the lyric sheet. Yeah, so I fucking
love
it.
Do they do yip 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 yee?
They don't do that part. They don't do that part.
But I also that. They do that.
I know sometimes that I had the initial lyric wrong when I've been listening to it. I'd always heard it as you end in the earth but start with a sound, but that's not what it is. It's you end with an ear if you start with the sound, which I have also, I'm not going to go too into it, but I have all sorts of ideas about what that means, but it's a brilliant fucking start to the song. Mm-hmm. And again, his cadence as he's singing this is just so fucking good. And I really I think in all of these songs, actually, other than Rich Guns, there's this brilliant, and they do this in so many songs, there's just such a brilliant A-B. Chuck, you talked about this, right? Like seeing two sides of the coin, how they really don't just use the A-B portions as like, oh, I've got a chorus, I've got a verse. It's like, no, there's a different point of view. There's a different feeling. There's a different character almost, or a different aspect of a single character that comes through.
A subset 1, B subset 1.
Yeah,
right. You know, you come back and it's like A subset 2A, A
that's
subset
right.
2B.
That's right. And Victim's Choice has these just delirious rockabilly portions that are just so fucking great. Mm-hmm. And they make it feel not so serious in a way, but also make the other parts feel more serious and dark.
I think it's weird how the variety that's
is what I like to see. Yeah, but then it goes right in, it goes right into one of the darker, like
it feels gross, and then it comes in and you're like, yeah, of course it's gross.
It's just a great, but it feels more tonal to me overall, and not so. It's like it's almost like some of his later lyrics, frankly, in the tour EP2s, where he gets much more poetic. He's always poetic. He's one of my favorite poets in the entire world, but it's more oblique than some of his other stuff.
Right.
As compared with Real Love, right? So to talk about Real Love, this also has a brilliant A-B section. Mm-hmm. This song is absolutely gut-wrenchingly epic. This is I think I said this when I talked about it last time. This song is like thunder. It is like lightning, right? Like it really just has that fucking heft.
It's like everything John talks about in, the smell of wet leaves, the rumble of a passing truck.
It's beautiful. And Matthew, you talked about how visceral it is. He really does mention, like he talks about the smell, the feel, there's all this to talk about it. And what I caught this time that I hadn't caught before is the line that you highlighted, Matthew, the line about, and then a great wind that will tear you apart. It's a resonance. Like he brings this very image back in the river. Like when you're born, you start to drown. There is no hope, no saving. First, the gift of love is giving. Then the winds rise, the sails are riven, right? Like it's almost the same sort of image about the power of this force of love that's given, that starts off really gentle and then just becomes this force that rips you apart, right? And he uses that same feeling in both of these songs. So this feels like he's really talking about something deeply felt. And all of you somehow mentioned the fact that there's this element of Real Love that to me feels very sincere, and these other parts that are almost mocking the sort of saccharine way that people talk about love song, the glory of love. Yeah. But underneath that, it really is talking about love as something.
I think that's why that part, that glory of love, is so buried in echo.
No, it is. Yeah, exactly.
Rob is pulled way back from the mic.
Yeah.
And he's like, the glory of... Like,
exactly.
The way singers sing about love.
Exactly.
And everything else in this song is so... He's talking about love in a way that people normally don't, right? He's talking about love, as you mentioned, Matthew, as a real force, as something
to be feared.
So fucking universal. Not just painful, right? It's not just that sort of pain that's like, oh, I got my heart broken kind
Well,
of
but
pain.
it's like,
more
where did
just
this
like
come from? Like,
love
what
is something
is this?
so big and outside of myself and so fucking
Yeah.
forceful that when I stand in front of it for real, I am nothing. I am
blown
just
down.
nothing. I am blown apart by it. And it's something that if one really feels it wholly, you're going to be ruined.
It kind of
And I think
reminds
that
me.
is I think that's there in the A-B sections. We've got these soaring like the ba 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 da,
They're
and
epic.
actually, and what's interesting, I was just hearing musically, is that one is one of those interesting trichords that sounds like it's descending, but it doesn't. It goes da 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 da, like it.
Yeah.
It's the
Bam,
lower
bam,
note but played
bam.
higher. So
Yeah.
that section rises, but the other section is boom. It goes down, right? So it's always
Yeah.
ending down.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
these 2 points.
I
One
know
is
what you're
ascending
talking
and
about.
soaring, and the other is bringing it down.
Yeah.
And it's more
It's very
contemplative,
Can I tell
more
you-
stadium
interior.
anthem-y in some bits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I tell you about that part of that song?
Yeah.
So last night, my granddaughter was at our house, and I was
You have
listening.
a granddaughter?
Yeah,
Wow.
He's the same age as us.
Alright.
He just had kids at the right
She's-
time. That's all.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
She's
All right.
2.5.
Okay,
but
all right.
she
Yeah.
loves music, and she's like really in tune to music.
Uh-huh.
And I was listening to Real Love, and the dong dong part. She
Oh, yeah,
she
yeah,
picked
yeah.
that part out.
She literally looked at me and was like starting to cry.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was like, oh, I turned it
Turn it
off.
off. Yeah.
She also on
Oh.
Queen's Bohemian Rhapsody, the
Yeah.
mama part
Yeah.
makes her cry.
Oh.
No, that's the thing, right? It
That's
hits
what
She's
you.
2.5.
No,
But
she's
this
picking
is-
up on the
this is-
emotion in it.
But listen,
Exactly.
this is the genius of this song. This is
I
why this
know.
song is
You just
far
gave
above
me the
victim's
chills, Chuck.
far above victim's choice for me, because this is
Alright.
one of those things that No Means No does almost better than any other fucking band I know. They take what they're saying, the way they're delivering it, and they pair it with music
Yes.
that ties it so together that brings it. It's a fucking hologram where the smallest part of it represents the biggest part of it, and to have it be
Everything
have
in the
that-
universe is pulled in.
exactly, and to have that be in a song, as was pointed out, that's really one of their more simple songs, is fucking beautiful, right? Like
Yeah.
it doesn't,
Oh, yeah,
it doesn't take pyrotechnics to bring that depth.
Nope.
And this is definitely a song that highlights what a fucking amazing vocalist Rob is. Holy shit, this guy is so. He pulls from the deepest guts when he's singing or speaking the fucking words. And there's little bits. I loved this time the anyway, that's what I heard a crow say.
Right.
And then the
Yeah.
but not just that the but who cares? Like he has this little laugh in between there that's so like broken. It's such a
Yeah.
Right.
broken laugh
It's fucking
before he just
twisted.
like something so strictly, it's just this fucking. And I particularly on this listen zeroed in on that end section, because there is when
Oh.
this song flies apart, right? You've got this tight A-B, tight
That's
A-B,
what
tight
makes
A-B.
me think they were going until the
Well,
tape
Rob
went.
just flies apart vocally, and
Mhm.
everything flies apart. But it doesn't just fly apart; it keeps flying apart, coming back together, flying apart,
it's
coming back together.
inhaling and
behind it,
exhaling,
they're
exactly.
all exactly.
Oh, yes.
And then Rob, and then John in the background is bringing them back in, and then Andy will come back in and get back on the rhythm, and Rob underneath gets back in the rhythm, and they fly apart and come back in. It's this beautiful. It sounds like a cacophony.
I
but
love
it's
the one
not.
where Rob's vocals crack when he's
Yes.
singing.
Yeah.
Yes. There is so much fucking. There is so much beautiful Andy work in that last part.
Oh,
there
yeah.
are so many
Oh.
beautiful little like beep 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 beep, like just these
not
great
just
little
guitar,
fucking
but
licks.
like vocal. You can hear
It's
it at the end.
amazing.
There's little.
It's amazing, and the way it almost flies apart and then comes back together is masterful. And I really want, if we get a chance to talk to them, I want to be like, were you all playing at the same time?
How many
Please tell me
takes
you were
did you
just
do
really
this?
fucking doing that at the same time.
oh, I
Because
bet
there's
that
no
was
way,
one
like,
take. One take.
It's fucking beautiful, and I don't
don't know.
know. I don't know whether.
Yeah,
I don't know whether the tape runs out, but it's very intentional. I think clearly that it's this, just like life. It's like this last orgasmic, crazy moment, and then death, and then just echo into bum bum bum, bum off the cliff.
Because
It just drops
it
me
echoes
right off the fucking cliff.
duh.
It does, and it just drops me right off the cliff after the most intense emotional
Yeah,
fucking buildup.
Ride.
It's just
that
so-
whole song is a ride.
this
just
song
like, here.
is one of the absolute classic indicative elements of everything that makes No Means No great.
Yep.
Victim's
Yeah.
Family's awesome, and I really love that track.
Victim's
for
Family
sure.
is awesome.
Victim's Family, sorry. Victim's Choice. Well, I've heard actually that the name of this song was influenced by Victim's
Yeah.
Family a little bit. But
Oh yeah.
but-
Really?
but the Victim's Choice is a great song. The chops are fucking there. It's tight as fuck. But Real Love is just like, it's one of those songs I feel like it descended from another
Yeah.
fucking place
Yeah.
and landed
Yeah.
on Earth. And I'm like, fuck, thank God that we have
And
this
it was
song.
so early in their career, like for me.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
heard Hunt the She-Beast was the very first thing I ever heard
Shit.
on the Oops Wrong Stereotype. And then I was like, immediately, what is this? I got it for free
Nice.
because I had been such a regular at my local record store. The dude was
Oh,
like,
I'm sure you were.
here you go, we got this AT. And I was like, oh shit, right on. I'm looking at it and it's like, fucking Alice Donut and what who are these bands? I've never heard of these bands before. And then my
Now
life
you do.
changed. My
Yep.
fucking life changed after
Nice.
that. And I was
Nice.
like, immediately went back to that dude and I go, whatever No Means No has available, I want it now.
Give me
And
that.
Chuck never
Here's
listened
my
to Journey
money.
again.
Exactly. All right. Well, almost an hour into this
Cinnamon, go!
almost an hour into this podcast, we're ready for our first vote. So,
Holy
Matthew, you
shit.
went first. What's your vote between Victim's Choice and Real Love? What's your choice?
Is it me going first? Yeah,
It's you.
I guess it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I said before, I guess Victim's Choice, as I said, I didn't feel like I did a deep dive on it last time. I don't remember doing it. My notes that I could find were pretty sparse, but I said earlier that it reminds me of a Cabinet of Curiosities. Have you ever seen a Cabinet of Curiosities?
Mhm.
So you
No,
sort of
but I
like,
probably have one.
you know,
They're fun.
dark wood and kind of look, and you know, there's like, oh, ooh, that's a very cool amethyst
thingy.
geode, and there's
a
a very
Trotsky.
interesting hand painted old pressure valve from some kind of piece of machinery. Ooh,
Look,
ooh,
there's a
yeah.
monkey's paw.
a shrunken head.
Yeah,
Um,
I have those. They're called Chotskys.
But dark Chotskys.
Dark Trotsky.
Yeah.
Whereas Real Love is like going outside in a windstorm and
Yeah.
looking out
nice.
over the ocean and over a cliff or something like that. And I'm kind of thinking like,
Yeah.
I really enjoy
Nice.
looking at a Cabinet of Curiosities, but you know, you can look at it once and very rarely is it being, you know, replenished with new curiosities, but I can go out in a windstorm anytime. And which am I going to be more glad?
After once, you're not so curious
Yeah.
anymore.
That's right.
So I don't think it's hard to choose Real Love over Victim's Choice in this case. So Real Love is my
Very
choice.
All right, Stranger, you're up. What's your vote?
I'm a lover, not a choicer.
Woo! All right, Mr. Chuck.
Oh, fuck, Real Love.
Sweet. It
There's
is.
no,
Oh wow, this is how we do it.
yeah.
Yep.
Are you
I mean,
kidding
that's
me?
true, right? It's true. I'm going Real Love too. This is a
Yeah.
unanimous one. We don't need no fucking
I
dice.
had
a
or
feeling
it
paper,
would be.
scissors.
Yeah.
I mean, really, this is one of their absolute epic fucking masterpieces. How do you? I mean, I shudder to think what this is going to go up against in round 3, and what kind of titans are going to be battling when we get there. But fucking a,
And how would
All
you
right.
justify those?
yeah, I don't know. All right, so Victim's Choice has not been chosen. Real Love moves on.
Man.
And does anybody need a little tinkle break before we go to?
Oh,
All right,
Matthew,
Matthew does.
of
So,
course.
all right, you guys
You
go
gotta go
tinkle.
get your dice.
I need to pee too.
You guys tinkle.
But
so
I've
we're
got
gonna
an
take-
actual toilet right over there because I'm in an office space. Believe
Wait,
it or
Very
not.
good.
Is there a door on your toilet? Or are we
Matthew's
hear
gonna
it?
go outside
No,
and
no,
pee in the
no.
snow. I'm
There's
gonna
a
go get
door.
a. I'm gonna go get a dice, even though I don't
Wait,
think
are
we're
you
gonna
gonna
need it
leave
for the
me
next
here
one
by
either.
myself?
No, I'll stay with you. We're not gonna need one for this.
You
next
can
bit.
go get your dice if you want.
We don't need it. We know what the next vote's gonna be. All right. We're back, everybody. We've had our pee break, and we are now going to dive into the second set of songs. Again, another set of fucking. Well, all the songs are going to be great. Ooh, we got more. Some of us got second beers. So
I've got so many notes.
He
this-
stopped chucking paper.
I think we're going to let Chuck go first this time if he's willing.
Oh,
But this,
God.
This round
Okay.
is let me lay out what we got here. We're going to pit Small Parts, Isolated and Destroyed off of that eponymous album, 1988, This one was in episode 35 and went up against End of the World, which was, it's a good song, but fucking no-brainer, of course. And it's going up against Rich Guns off of Mama from 1982. And that was in episode 36. It went up against Wiggly Worm. So again, I think
Was it really 35 and 36? Huh? I must.
Yeah,
have...
isn't that funny? Yeah.
Yeah.
Back-to-back episodes. So we've got Small Parts versus Rich Guns. Before we let Chuck dive in and he can tell us what he thinks about these, let's hear a little clip of each of these songs.
Roll the clip. Okay, so oh my god, Small Parts versus Rich Guns. It's apples and better apples. Comparison. The first time I heard Small Parts, I was like, is this even a song?
Yes, it is.
What the fuck is going on here? Which just drew me the fuck in, of course. Mind blown. Drums. Like, John all over this. In fucking incredible. I'm like, just come on. Not really sure what Small Parts Isolated and Destroyed means, but I love it, whatever it means. I have looked at it at relationships. Is it relationships? Like with multiple people? Is it one-on-one relationships? Is it like, what is it? Band to a audience relationship? An audience to a band relation? Like I said, they play these double sides of the same coin in all these songs, you know. Also, I mean, what about me? Can I get in for free?
Classic.
Yeah.
Like, fucking classic.
We used to scream that at shows all the fucking time. And like, nobody would get it. Come on, you know me. We're standing in line for a Fugazi show, and it's like, come on, you know me. Can I get in for free?
Oh, God.
Just, and Rich Guns, I was like, did they ever open for Devo? Was my first thought.
Yes. I had that on my notes. It was very Devo-like.
Devo.
Yep.
Look at this.
What is this?
Nice.
What do you got?
He's got the Devo
nice.
on his backpack.
Energy.
From 1982.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
I saw them at the Bayfront Center in Tampa, or in St. Petersburg, Florida,
Holy
in
shit.
1982, and I got that goddamn button.
Damn.
It's about ready to
man.
fall apart. But
That's
yeah,
wicked cool.
because just so tight. Also, Rich Guns has 2 completely separate recorded bass tracks, panned
Yep.
hard left and hard right.
It's fucking amazing.
If you'll notice, they're not the same track doubled.
Mhm.
It's completely tracked separate. Rob played both of them individually because there's parts where the left channel completely stops, but the right channel you can hear there's a little bit of a ring, like he didn't mute the string on the stop.
Interesting.
Really,
the
if you pay
harmonic thing?
attention,
Yep.
it's just like a little kind of goddamn thing. And then those crazy effects are like I think it's a gated reverb where it goes yep, and
Yeah,
it
right.
Yeah.
comes back around, but some of them are cut in half, so it's like a zoop zoop,
fucking
goes
nuts.
around here and there, just fucking with early, probably a DoD digital effects pedal, because I think of 1982
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
and the effects pedals that were available at the time. I mean, it could have been a rack effect at the studio.
I think it was a 4-track in their basement, though. Like, I
Oh,
don't think
was
this
it?
Yeah,
was
totally.
much. Yeah,
That's
it's not
all
like,
Rob. Okay.
Yeah,
so
it's
it's the
not-
stomp box. It's
Yeah.
for sure a stomp box
Yeah,
effect.
Rob said they had a TX 4-track.
Oh, a TX. Oh,
Yeah.
the old
Yeah.
half-inch tape TX. God damn.
which is even more
I-
just like, Jesus Christ, the
Yeah.
shit they put on.
I know.
Yeah.
In
Yep.
1982. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
absolutely.
sounds so good in the remaster.
It's so good.
Yeah, for sure. One thing that stuck in my mind was Matthew talking about the lyrics. The chairs on which we sit are made of human bones, and how that was. You had said something about there was indigenous burial grounds, indigenous people's burial grounds.
That was just my
there.
thought, but yeah.
Oh, that was just your thought. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But that stuck in my head because I was like, of all the lyrics in that, most of them make sense. It's anti-military, anti-police,
Autocracy.
because the rich control the fucking police and the military and all that. But that one lyric just seemed like, oh, this is something that kind of stands out to me.
Yeah.
Was the chairs on which we sit are made of human bones.
Nice.
So is this pre-nodule Rob?
It is.
for sure. Yep.
Oh,
When was
yeah.
his nodule period?
Sex Mad.
I think during Sex Mad. Yeah,
Oh, really? It was that early?
I think so.
Oh, shit. Okay.
What year was Sex Mad? I'm sorry.
86. Oh, recorded in
Oh, all right,
86,
all right.
released
Okay,
in
all right.
87. You're right.
Nodules.
Oh, because I thought his nodules were more post-Andy.
You just like saying nodule.
Nope.
Mm.
No, I'm wrong. Sorry.
That's why Andy was doing most of the singing, because Rob
On
couldn't.
Sex Mad?
Yeah.
And wrong.
I didn't say most of them
Oh.
wrong.
But
He
there was
shared on
also
wrong.
small
Or,
parts.
no, it was,
and
I don't know. I don't know shit.
Small,
I gotta
small
read the
parts.
book.
Small parts in Sex Mad. That's why there's a lot more Andy
Yeah.
than Rob,
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I was wrong
Okay.
about wrong.
or more than normal, right?
I guess
But,
we got to
yeah.
wait until the fucking book comes out,
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Jason will set us
Wait,
straight.
there's a book?
which everybody's shitting themselves. I was like, I pre-ordered one through PM Press through the.
The website, yeah.
I will do the other
Well,
one.
I'm gonna get.
the
I'm gonna
Kickstarter.
get multiple.
I'm
Copies.
doing
Yeah,
both.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
are you fucking
Yeah,
kidding me?
too.
People give me
too.
shit on Facebook about, oh, wait till the. I'm like, no, I'm supporting
Do
the
both.
fucking
I know,
printer.
you were
Exactly. Exactly.
camping outside of the store.
You got You got any more thoughts, Chuck?
They're both awesome songs.
Fair enough. Fair enough. All right, so I'll chime in, then we'll have Michelle and then Matthew.
I don't
Chuck,
know.
you know
I just-
your
I don't
your
wanna
Devo
do it.
pin.
you
Chuck, I
gotta
have
do
an
it.
idea what you should do with your falling apart Devo pin.
What's that?
What?
You should embed it in bar top epoxy, and then make
Oh.
that into a pin. So it's like a meta pin.
A meta pin.
And
A pin in a
Ah.
pin. I hear you like pins, so I put a pin in your
holy
pin.
shit.
Nice.
I could totally do that.
You totally could.
DIY.
Oh, man.
Bar top.
I want to save
So-
that thing.
Yeah, I hope it never falls off, man. All right.
So Small Parts versus Rich Guns. Again, two Small Parts off that album, right? That's and two of the big long fucking epics. I mean, Small Parts again. It's just one of those iconic No Means No songs with one of the most drastic A-B sort of sections. Feels like a very parasocial song in a way about the band's relationship with being a band and the band's relationship with scenes and seeing how scenes isolate and pull people apart in the need to find identity and the need to find to take a scene on to make yourself feel like you are somebody. It actually just makes you smaller and makes you like less of a person because it just identifies you as a particular person. But you guys know, all of you know, I think I actually made this graphic once and posted it on one of the on one of our socials. There's that meme that's so widely shared about the black and white badly drawn of the guy standing in the corner with the party hat and all the Chads and Barbies dancing in the middle of the room.
Yeah, fuck
This-
them.
This song strikes me as like there's the one verse with the guy standing in the corner, and then the other verses where it's the guy on stage, right? Like you've got Andy really just darkly sort of, self-pityingly pushing
pun
against
intended.
no pun intended, pushing against the stifling chains of the scene, and then probably that same person as they're on stage really fucking giving into it because that's what they're expected to do, right? That whole, what's the deal? 50% of the door, then come on in for more, right? And it's always, especially with Andy's lyrics there's the reverb on them to really give that sense of like distance and just showmanship. And this is me on stage.
I
Whereas
love the
other,
line, there's beer on my breath. And there's
there's
magic
liquor on,
in
there's
the air.
liquor on your
There's
breath,
magic
there's magic in the air. But
Now we're really gonna get somewhere.
Yeah.
This
And
is
I-
for all you girls and boys. And
I
then
did-
the
oh.
small parts,
It's
just the way
amazing.
that particular
Well,
line comes down is fucking astounding.
I've always appreciated in the song how that delivery of the small parts line,
Yes,
small parts increases every
absolutely.
time, and it
Yeah,
gets more
it steps
desperate
up.
every single
Yeah,
time.
yeah.
And I adore in that A section how it just feels like somebody dragging a 5,000-pound weight on a chain. You've been beaten. And it's just this sense of like,
it lays
it's so
back
behind the beat. So
rhythmically,
behind the
yes,
beat.
it lays back so deep in
And-
that fucking pocket. It's
and
almost
always-
the next beat before they
Exactly.
actually
Yeah.
play.
And
It's-
always
oh.
it's perfect on that last set of that A section where it's got that's the high
High
point.
point.
And it's the only part that falls
Oh,
with
yeah.
no music, no drums. It's just all by itself.
Yeah, Matthew likes
And
that when they
it's
cut all the instruments
it's
out.
so
It's just fucking
juicy
quiet.
and good and just
Yeah,
dark and damaging. It's so fucking good.
You can hear him hit all the mutes.
yep.
Yep, exactly, exactly.
So
So
quick
I
to
imagine
make
this,
it
this
so
was
quiet.
this must have been I mean, Andy said this was a really fun song to play live, but I imagine it must have been even more interesting because it's about playing live, right?
Yeah.
Like
Right.
looking at your audience and playing this song is like getting to say, fuck you, you love it. Like, fuck you.
I
right?
can't
Yeah.
Love it.
imagine, playing this song wouldn't be just playing the song. There's also
No.
acting in it.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yeah.
Exactly.
And they got to
Well-
look at each other so they come in on
On
the
the-
bam, bam.
Everybody has to look at John on
Yeah.
this song.
Exactly.
This is a song where they,
exactly.
like everybody's
Exactly.
just like, and
And-
but, yeah, like when the the big beat comes in, the when that comes in, all of those old videos of Andy, he goes fucking ape shit.
Absolutely.
Every time that drops
Absolutely.
in, he is
Yeah.
just like going. I love it.
Yeah, no, this song is absolutely iconic. And it's another one of those, like Real Love, does
Right.
not feel like it's running length. Like it does not feel that
No.
long to me. And yet it is a
No.
long ass
I-
fucking song. But it's
Because they're
just
giving a shit, man. You can tell.
exactly. But
for
and
sure.
again,
Yeah.
it shows how iconoclastic they are. They don't give a fuck. They're not going to make a song like everyone else. They're
Exactly.
going to make the song that needs to be made.
Right.
gonna
By
play it-
them,
by them and
Yeah.
to serve every fucking word they're saying. Everything they're playing serves what they're saying perfectly.
Gang.
Even all the even the little
Gang.
just the part that you were just
Gang,
mentioning,
gang.
but it has that weird fucking
Gang.
whistle. Right? It's like that's so
That's
fucking
one of those old.
Those
Exactly.
siren whistles.
It's so joyously fucked, right? It's so joyously fucked. It's awful.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
I
I
know.
love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, this song is absolutely epic. I'm still
And I
talking,
love
just
the
closing
way-
my door here real quick.
I love the way.
Need it.
I love the way Andy says, "This is for all you comrade boys." Like,
But then switches
it's so
it. He
kind
switched,
of goofy, and then it goes to like, holy shit!
it's
I know
this-
it
the-
always kills me. Always
performance-
fucking kills me.
I'm not saying this isn't. I'm not saying that others don't give this band the credit they need to, but in terms of all the different parts, but I don't know that I've heard enough people give credit to the vocal delivery of every single member of this band. Is
Boom.
so critical, and to
Yeah.
me, it's actually more than the musicianship what sets them apart from other punk bands. I don't know any other punk bands that have this kind of vocal delivery. There are other
way.
punk bands that have really tight musicianship,
fuck?
but they don't sing like this. They don't sing like Rob or Andy or anybody like that. They fucking sing
Lost Chuck.
in their own fucking way. We've lost Chuck, so I'm just gonna pause for
Chuck
a second.
had to run outside. He's like,
Chuck
Is
just
he-
got
Chuck,
home
Chuck?
invaded.
What the fuck, Chuck?
What
Sorry.
happened, Chuck?
It's all
Is
right.
it- oh.
My thing said my battery is running low.
Did you plug in?
What battery?
Don't die.
Yeah.
Don't die on us, Chuck.
Do you have a heated seat?
Are you plugged in?
Hold on.
Plug in.
Well, no, wait.
I
What
got
are you
a
singing?
It's just a
I
little
got a
theme.
note,
It's
like a
in between
little
music while
alert
Chuck
that
deals
my
with his battery.
hard
Chuck,
drive
I
space
never knew
was
you
running
ran
out. So I
with
had
a
to delete
battery.
some shit. I've been downloading.
So Matthew's hard drive space is going
No,
out.
no, 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 no. I
Chuck's
deleted a
battery's
bunch of
running
junk.
out.
It's fine.
You forgot the 3-sided dice.
All right, we better just push through here, folks. We're almost done
Yeah,
before
yeah.
Chuck loses it. All right, so anyway,
like, what the fuck?
that's Small Parts, which I think fucking rocks. Rich Guns, I also think fucking rocks. I think Rich Guns a kick-ass fucking song.
Yep.
But I actually think this is a really good pairing, these two different groups of songs we've done.
Yeah.
Because Rich Guns is another one that has that kind of mathy, fucking proggy bass line to it, which is really fucking great. I think the production on Rich Guns is great. That it's so fucking percussive, and like Chuck was talking about, the fact that it's in two channels is fucking great.
And it's a very dry, there's
is,
no effects all over
Nope,
everything because they didn't have any
they didn't need
effects
it.
to use.
They didn't
so
need it.
They didn't
Exactly
use
right.
them, and they didn't.
And
use them.
it's a great song about, I mean, to me, it was written in the 80s when South American dictators and death, the fucking death cults in South America were so big.
Yeah.
And there's so much visceral talk about that. It really feels like, I mean, I think there is, whether it was Victorian natives or whether it's the natives in South America that were fucking killed. Oh, we just lost Chuck. Chuck is gone.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have lost
his
Chuck.
thro-
He's offline.
I just saw
And
his
Matthew is
microphone
frozen.
and then he
Right now.
just, oh my God, no. He is frozen.
Matthew, are you there, Chuck? Are you there, Matthew?
I'm here.
Matthew, you're the face that's frozen on you look like perplexed.
Ladies and gentlemen, I
Oh
don't
my
know
God.
if we're gonna.
Oh
I
my
don't know
God.
if we're continuing, but we have just lost. you.
Where did Chuck go?
And Matthew is frozen on my screen.
He probably
This
fell off the
is
chair.
what you get for
Oh my
listening to a
God.
bargain basement podcast, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry.
Oh
This is
my
how it
God.
goes.
Can you guys hear me?
Hopefully, you're in it for the long haul and you're getting a
Oh,
laugh out of
shit.
this.
Yes,
I
I can
can.
hear you.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
we
you're
can hear you.
frozen with
You're
like
just frozen on Zoom,
a what the fuck look on your face.
but we lost
And
Chuck.
Chuck's
gonna-
gone over the side of the boat.
Yeah, I'm gonna message him real quick.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Yeah.
He probably fell off the chair.
I think he just didn't plug in his fucking
Looking for
laptop.
whatever his battery was.
Ladies and gentlemen, what followed was 20 minutes of what can only be described as pure and unadulterated panic, madness, fortunately no death. So instead of subjecting you to all that, which, to be honest, I consider doing, we've decided to intersperse that brief bit of musical interlude that we promised earlier, which was one of Chuck's old bands from the good old days, covering that No Means No classic, No clicking. And after we finish that little bit of musical interlude, we will get back to our episode already in progress.
A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one we stole from No Means No in case Scott doesn't play it later in the set. We did it. Well, we ruined it, but.
And you held down the power button for 10 seconds and nothing fucking happened, right?
I'm going to do it again.
Do it again, because sometimes like it'll report power being
1
dead even if it's
Mississippi.
not.
2 Mississippi.
Yeah, just keep holding that fucker down even past 10 seconds, see if anything happens.
Yeah.
'Cause if we-
as soon as it happened, I was like, ah!
Yeah, I know.
God damn it. We're almost to the end.
You're so close.
Oh, Chuck, it's all right.
All right, let's see. It's coming back. No, it keeps giving me the same.
Skull.
It's because you spilled the beer on it.
No, that was on the.
Yeah, beer doesn't go in the computer, Chuck.
Well,
Well,
folks.
on any buttons. It was all over the little this part.
Yeah, that was our test run, and now we know the format.
Oh, wait.
Wait,
What the fuck?
wait. Now what's happening?
Oh, there he is.
Hey!
Oh wait, you're there. Oh shit. Okay, holy shit, everybody. I don't know how much of that I'm leaving in the edit, but that was a fucking nightmare. We're back. Let's get back to Matthew to talk this because
Okay,
we're
we
going
need
to
to
be able to finish this
mute.
episode. I thought we were going to just lose it.
Someone mute Chuck,
So Matthew.
please.
I got a date, boys.
I got him. He's muted.
Oh,
All
I'm
right.
muted.
No,
we
No,
go.
no,
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 stop.
no.
No, no.
You're
Don't
good.
touch anything.
Don't fucking touch anything.
No,
Chuck.
touchy.
God.
How much pod would a podcast pod if I don't know. Matthew,
Oh, my God.
Hi.
you're gonna it's got to be so easy to dive into this.
I
Your,
like
your
this
momentum
song.
is so
So
there.
for those
Don't
of you
you-
listening, we just had about maybe 30 to 45 minutes of freaking out trying to recover.
Pants shitting.
So, in your timeline, there is no stress. And I'm just going to talk about small parts and rich guns. Hello,
Oh, God.
I'm Matthew, and this is my podcast. Small parts. Could there be a more iconic No Means No song? It's difficult to say. Could there be a punker song than this? I think this is one of the punkest songs that there is.
Absolutely.
The whole song just stinks of unreleased tension and awkwardness, and it is just an absolute masterful. It is a meditation on how shitty and awkward, and probably thinking about load in, thinking about negotiation of contracts, thinking about all this kind of bullshit. Eventually, they just
fuck
click
it.
into playing and watch the mosh pit in front of them. It is
All
definitely
the shit that Rob says makes somebody a little buggy.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Yeah. There's so many parts of the song. It's like a lurching and awkward feel, which is totally by design, but it is certainly unlike most songs I can think of. And then into complete sort of fluency, just like they would be in front of an audience. There is, I think it's about conflicted feelings about fans, and about venues, and about touring, and about playing live in general, and being in a band. And about people's. Are you holding your hand up because you are an example of this, Chuck, or are you waiting for something?
I just want to know who wrote this. I don't know who wrote the lyrics to this.
I don't think we
I
do
think
either.
Andy.
Yeah, it could
It
be.
sounds very Andy-ish.
Yeah.
I don't-
Considering
I don't know.
considering his entree out of the band.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
sounds
no, I
very
mean this would have been
Andy.
written and recorded 3 years before he actually left the band. So yeah, probably had some feelings.
3 years is not a long time.
Yeah, but who
Andy
else
a
is going to
very
say puke the way he says
thoughtful and
Puke!
sensitive individual.
Puke!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean you've been beaten up inside. Do you let your fucked up background define you? Is I think there are a lot of No Means No songs. Maybe The Hawk Killed the Punk, and some other ones which I'm not gonna be able, because I've had probably 5 beers at this point.
All right.
Not remember exactly. You got your Stinky Punks. Actually, it was your Little Creep that I was thinking of.
Oh,
yeah.
Just your whole scenesters where you're just trying to be
Right.
punk and you're trying to be
Punters.
unpleasant,
Yeah.
and there's a whole it's just your facade. If you're from
Plus, after you've been beaten up inside, he says that's the
high point of your life,
of
are you gonna
your
let that define you?
life.
Oh.
Totally. And it's
Right.
a feeling about becoming, probably, they're like, we're making music and people want us to tour. This is great. And then having to be super cynical about the actual realities of touring. It's
Right.
got to be a letdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. So highlights for me of this song is like the tom rumble. Just like the roll at the beginning. It's like,
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yes.
So fucking amazing. I love the awkward wait and release of the vocals and the music in so many different things. And my absolute favorite thing is where the reverb comes off. This is for all you girls and boys, and then he just shouts, right? Then there's no reverb.
By side.
Yep,
And
yep.
destroyed.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally. Exactly.
Fuck.
Yeah, they cut the reverb out on that. You're right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. It gets
That's hot
super
shit.
dry.
Yeah.
Super dry. Right. Like. Grah.
Yeah.
The
shit.
there's a couple. It has been made. I've been made aware that they were listening to a lot of James Brown at the time. There's a little. I've mentioned before. It's one of my favorite
I can
things.
hear
There's
it.
a couple of little
Yeah.
those sorts of things that Andy is doing, which remind me very much of James Brown. And this
Nice.
song has the absolute, perhaps greatest range of Andy's vocals.
Oh, yeah.
Sneering, shouting, soft, harsh,
Yep.
just absolutely
Everything.
everything. He's just
Yep.
super, super great.
Fuck yes.
Is it a great No Means No song?
Yes.
Absolutely. Is it a great
Abso.
song?
Yeah.
Yes.
For me, as a No Means No fan, would I use this song to introduce a non somebody unfamiliar?
Yes.
Absolutely
To me,
fucking
you
not.
No, yeah, me neither.
It's
Oh,
very,
no,
it's a
really?
very, it's
They'd
a
have
very,
to be on the
very high
hook
bar.
already. Yeah,
It's-
they'd
Oh,
have to be
no.
on the hook.
You know, I watched a reaction video to this, and I actually made a comment, which I don't normally do on YouTube videos, but it was sort of like, could you have chosen a more difficult first
And-
introduction to No Means
Was
No
this
song to
the
react to?
African American couple?
I don't
who-
remember.
No, it was just this one dude. He's African American dude, and he was watching the live video of it, right? Like he was
Yeah,
watching
yeah,
a
yeah,
live
yeah.
version of it, I think. Yeah.
This
Oh.
song
Because I've
would
seen
certainly.
like 2 or 3 of this song,
Wow.
Yeah. Okay.
and everybody is like, "Is this even a song?" Which is like, they're like, "What is this?" Because what's the time signature?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
It seems
Strangey?
so
Any
awkward
idea?
and-
It's
What's
a
the
feeling.
fucking time
It's
signature?
There's a
whatever
lot of
Yeah,
feel.
exactly.
It's whatever John wants it to be.
If you introduce somebody to No Means No with this song, it would certainly prepare them for other No Means No. Which
Yeah, for sure.
yeah. All right, I'm going to talk about Rich Guns as well. Both of these songs have such start and stop, except Rich Guns, it is, I think, just much smoother in a lot of ways, because the whole lurching feeling of small parts is extremely intentional, whereas Rich Guns is very much it's a very listenable song. It's very very disco, very it's dancey, it's danceable.
Yeah.
It's got a funky beat, and I can
And I
bug
can
out
bug
to
out to
it.
it.
Exactly.
Watch it. I'm onto you,
Would
Chuck.
I use Rich
I'm gonna
Guns
stick my
to
dick in the
introduce
mashed
somebody
potatoes.
To,
That
to
was
No Means
Scatman
No?
Crothers.
Wait, hold on.
Oh,
Let's
sorry.
let Matthew
Sorry,
talk.
sorry.
God, you guys.
I might use Rich Guns to introduce somebody to No Means No. Although I think I might be the second song, something more iconic, maybe like Victory or something like that, and then play Rich Guns just to show somebody the absolute variety of No Means No.
Yeah.
Like, look what they can
Oh,
fucking
yeah,
do.
yeah.
Is this the same band?
Well, and also like,
know.
and also
band.
to me, this is like listening
Yeah.
to this song and going like, and by the way, this was 1982.
Right,
Like
right.
this was like, can you? This was a
Girls
long ass
just
time
wanna
ago.
have fun.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, and you
know?
mentioned
It's
Jordan.
like-
you mentioned South America, and of course, like that was 1982 was also the Falklands War.
Yeah.
Argentina, and
Oh.
it's Argentina and Chile that this song makes me think of the most. For
Yep.
sure.
100%.
Yeah.
Here they go with a history.
Highlights for me is just the groove of it, just how like, you could totally shake your ass to it, and like very few punk bands you'd be able to do that. I love some of the effects, which Chuck can probably name more specifically than I can, but there's like a which reminds me very much of "Close to the It" by Art of Noise, which I probably
It's called a reverse gated
Reverse gate.
reverb.
yeah.
It's so good, and it's so creepy. I heard it on this time. I think I got cut off like at the end of when I was talking about this song, so I'm just going to jump in just real quick, Matthew.
Mhm.
That they use it way more than I had thought when I was really listening to it on
yeah.
headphones. In some of the loud sections,
Yeah.
there's this
Yeah, yeah,
voice
yeah.
in the background, just like
Didn't they do that? Living is
fucking
Free
amazing.
too. It's on Living is
Oh,
Free
yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
For sure. For
I want
sure.
everybody listening to this to, after you are done listening to the podcast, go and listen to "Close to the Edit" by Art of Noise, and so hear what I'm
yes.
talking about.
Yes.
Huh. I'll
Um,
do that.
Oh, yeah.
And the song, I don't know whether this, I mentioned this before, but it often reminds me of another lyric by another band, which I would probably name in my top 3 of bands which made me feel okay after No Means No called it quits. There is still Future the Left, because Future the Left is one of my favorite bands, and one of the lyrics from a song, "A Guide to Men," from their amazing album The Plot Against Common Sense, reminds me of
The plot
That's a
against
great
common
title.
sense.
It's a great
It's a
album.
fucking
It's a
great title.
It's a particularly
What's the
great,
band? What's the
Future
band?
of the Left. Future of the Left.
The Future of the Left. Oh,
it's
yeah.
what McCluskey became.
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
Nice.
Shit.
And the
Lightsaber
album
cocksucking
cover is,
blues.
Yes, that's right. But the Future of the Left, I'd say, is a deeper band in some ways than McCluskey was, and the album cover is fantastic.
So that was
too.
pre-McCluskey?
After
That was post McCluskey.
post McCluskey,
Post.
post and
Post
current.
McCluskey. Okay.
How about that?
So the lyric that reminds me of Rich
okay.
Guns is, "History is written by the man who stays acquainted with the thug who has the biggest sword."
Nice.
Oh.
Nice.
Holy shit.
It's the first time I ever heard that one. Literally.
That's
yeah.
a great line.
Literally.
If you guys haven't heard Future of the Left, I think I've probably flogged them on this podcast before, but they're a fantastic band.
Get them up.
Anyway,
I will absolutely check them out when I get home.
I will help you with a listener's guide if you so wish. I love the album cover for Plot Against Common Sense too. It shows like a nuclear explosion in a wasteland, and it's a man holding hands with a penguin.
Oh,
Aww.
cool. I love it.
Yeah, it's fantastic. They're and the lyrics and everything about that band is amazing, and everybody should listen to Future of the Left. If you like No Means No, it would be very difficult for me to believe that you don't also like Future of the Left.
Future of the Left.
So anyway, that's about all I have to
I
say
know.
about
I
these
just wrote that down.
songs. Yeah.
All right. Well, before, just because I'm feeling like our karma's running out, let's get our votes in. Although I think it's pretty clear where we're going here. Chuck, you took us into this segment. So what's your vote?
What songs were we talking about?
Small
again?
Parts, Rich Guns.
Oh, Small Parts.
Yeah.
You know.
I was next. I'm also I'm gonna pick out that little small part for sure. Even though I think Rich Guns is fucking great, I love that song. But Small Parts.
Yeah.
I love it too,
It's-
but it's
it's tier top tier,
Ooh.
top shelf. Michelle, what about you?
I have a little case of little teeny things that I use at work, and I have a label maker, and I put a label on it years ago, and it says
Rich Guns?
small parts,
Oh.
isolated and destroyed.
Okay.
and it's just like a little Plano thing.
Are
with
we?
just
We're
you know.
starting our. You know what? Although it's great, we're starting off this first episode with complete unanimity. This
I
is a
know.
little
Well,
auspicious.
I
Matthew,
think that's good.
Are you? I'm sure you're bringing us home. What's your vote here, sir?
So, yeah, I think maybe this is going to start being a theme of things that they remind me of. I said it was like a cabinet of curiosities versus a windstormy day in this. So these songs, okay, Small Parts is a drink, something bitter and complex, like a really seriously peaty Scotch, whereas Rich Guns is a rum cocktail.
There you go.
Nice. Which one am I going to go for more often?
Is it summer? Is
Honestly,
it winter?
No, exactly that, which is more expensive also. Chances are, which is easier to drink? The rum
Rich
cocktail.
Guns.
I'm going to go for the rum cocktail more often.
Really?
Than the
Oh,
peaty
wow.
Scotch. Probably.
Nice.
But
Good for you.
which one am I going to be more glad that I drank? Probably the peaty
Matthew,
Scotch.
The small parts.
Yeah.
you sneaky boy.
So
It's a near
Sets
thing.
it up.
I love me
It's-
a rum cocktail, but
Yeah.
I've got to go with the peaty Scotch.
Flavor
It's- I mean, two of their early just absolute fucking epics have just destroyed their competition, really. Although at this stage of the game, there really is no destroying because all the fucking songs that have made it this far
Yeah.
are worthy. So
Rich Guns is
And
probably
I
my
will
favorite
say-
song on Mama.
Really?
Yeah, I
Uh,
was gonna say.
yeah,
holy
no, I mean,
fuck.
I think for me,
Yeah,
it's
Rich
still
Guns and
Red Devil, which has got to be like probably
Yeah,
in the
yeah.
last round
Red
of this
Devil's
fucking
the
podcast,
shit.
as far as I'm
Yeah,
concerned.
yeah.
Fucking shit.
It's so funny because as I was listening to these four songs over and over and over again, by the last time I listened to Rich Guns, I'm like, I gotta fucking listen to Red Devil. I was like, I can't hold. It's just me hearing it was just like, I gotta hear that.
With the video.
Um,
you gotta watch the video.
Oh no,
too.
it's great. All right, so listen,
Oh,
Chuck.
video?
Before we, it's
there's a
not. They
video
didn't make
for
it. A
Red
fan
Devil?
made it. It's really good.
Oh,
We posted it a long time ago. I think they didn't make it. Someone made a fan video. Look it up. You'll
Fuck.
find it.
how did I
Red, or
miss
no
that?
means it's
All
no
right,
means no
so
versus the devil.
Look.
Oh, okay.
We're
Okay.
We're tempting fate. I
I
feel
know.
the walls of fate closing in. So before we end this episode, Chuck, I want to give you a chance to plug anything you want to plug.
Ooh, the only thing I have to plug is my buddy Sean has an all ages venue here in Seattle that opened like 4 months ago, and it's open to everybody gets paid. It's a volunteer crew, so it's artists. They had a dude who came and did his dissertation on
Oh, no
some kind of sociological thing, and he goes, most people get like 20 to 30 people that show up for their sociological dissertation, and this guy had like 400 people show up over
That's
2
cool.
days. Yeah,
Nice.
it's called the Cherry Pit. It's in Seattle. It's an all ages. Everybody gets paid. I run sound there. I volunteer my time. Like,
Sweet.
they've offered to pay me. I'm like, fuck that. I want to see
Shot.
young up and coming bands
Sweet.
That's
doing
great.
their thing. I've got a whole separate music thing, but that's not going to be done for another 6 or 8 months. So I'm not even.
Well,
gonna
once it's
bother
done, you'll let us know. We'll plug it on the
plugging
show,
that,
of course. Yeah.
because I'm a drummer, and this thing I'm involved with is fucking amazing. I love it so much. But it's kind of a side project thing for this dude I'm playing drums for. So, yeah, that's it. cherrypitcd.com.
Check it out, everybody. Check it out.
I'm gonna write that
And
down.
frankly, I can't believe we're here. I can't believe we made it to the end of this goddamn fucking podcast. I thought for sure we had lost it and we'd be doing a whole nother round. I don't know how I don't know how long it's going to take me to edit. Probably a million fucking years. But
Oh,
Matthew,
no.
Michelle, before I lead us out, you guys got any closing words?
Well, we have to do the thing, and we haven't discussed whether the guest gets to be privy to.
Oh, no, we're going to at the end.
Oh, the
No, we're
next-
oh no, they for
Why
sure is.
would
But
I-
we're gonna do that after I do my outro. That's always the
Yeah,
secret
yeah.
bit. So he'll hear that at the end.
But
You
also,
guys
why
will-
would the guest be privy to the next?
Because then you get to
Because you-
get
because
to
you
know.
would've
That's your
guessed.
privilege.
Because I
of being
get
a guest.
to
So anyway,
get
everybody,
pissed off about not being able to.
exactly. That's
Yeah,
that's your penance. So look, No Means No Thing is produced and edited by yours truly, Jordan Flato.
Woo!
Co-hosting and podcast graphics are by the excellent Matthew Kowalik.
Woo!
Michelle Strangest is our third and, let's be honest, everyone's favorite co-host and official Foley artist.
God.
Shout out
Teddy.
to our official mascot, Teddy.
Yes.
Thank
Oh,
you
Teddy.
to No Means No for the use of stock taking as our intro and outro music. Pigs and dogs, not kings and queens. All right, fuckers. Let's see what's coming on deck. Let's see what's on deck. Let me get to the file. The terrible machine. The terrible.
He's gonna
You'll
put
see-
it
you'll
on
see-
the
you won't see
chat.
it yet.
Chuck.
How
I'll
do
show you-
I?
I'll
Do
paste
you
it in the
even
chat.
want to know?
I will.
Will it? It won't show up.
He doesn't get a choice. He doesn't get a choice.
I do.
There's no choice here.
Are you
Okay,
kidding
here we go.
me?
Oh, okay.
I
So
fucking
so
do.
again, here's
I love
another
you
one.
guys. You know
Oh,
that?
Chuck.
I do.
Okay, here's
I know
fucking
you
love
do.
The first
I
song.
know
don't
you
even
do.
remember that first song.
We
Making
can
Free.
feel it.
Huh.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay. Here's another one. Listen, I don't. This is
Holy
again one where
shit.
I don't feel too bad about this.
Wow.
And
Nope,
here we go.
it's
Here's
not.
That's
here's
two
number
from
yeah.
the same
Era, yes.
fucking era. No, this
Yeah.
one.
I'm excited.
Oh.
I'm excited to talk about these.
Oh.
Chuck,
So
we are.
I will tell
Don't
you
say-
right now,
don't say
we're
a
not
fucking thing.
recording.
Don't
Right?
say a fucking thing.
Oh, we are. Oh.
But hold on just a second, Chuck.
You'll
I'm gonna
get-
stop
you'll
it.
get
All right, everybody.
beeped.
So that's it. Fuck off.